record on this? Yeah. Okay. So if you don't want your name shared in info, that's fine because I will scroll past it in your reading and you don't have to say it. But if you want to, go ahead and plug yourself and what you do and whatever right now. If you don't, then that's cool.
Okay. Well, I'm Dark Mark, the goth comedian and the host of the Dark Mark Show.
There we go, peeps. And by the way, it is an awesome show. And he's got stand up comedian shows. He's got like a round of them coming out.
Hmm.
I saw the list today. That's awesome. So
It's our time.
I know. And it's
Samhain's almost here.
can it just stay fall all the time? Okay, so this is your reading. It starts with just my main web page, just
Hmm.
info about me, but you know about me already. So that's your birth date that you gave me.
Hmm.
Um, you're a 4-4 Scorpio. So the first part of this kind of is a little basic. I'm not an astrologer. I just do the main numerology number to
Hmm.
see where it correlates with the rest of what I get. So
Okay.
since you're a 4-4 Scorpio, I did have to Google this. This is not me.
Okay.
This info is what are traits of 4-4 Scorpios. So very creative, um, imaginative, and shouldn't be able to shouldn't be afraid to tap into your emotional nature. Scorpios are a little bit afraid of that. It has the
Yeah.
power to transform those around them. So that came out to me later on in the reading. You'll see why.
Hmm.
Um, not just in this life, but in other lives, your mouthpiece is a vessel. So that one sentence stood out to me.
Okay.
Um, and this last sentence with the little bullet point was an impression coming on to me that because you're a 4-4 Scorpio and who you are, you should pay to get your astrology chart read, like just the basic one at least, so that you have that background
Hmm.
because that helps a lot
All
in
right.
knowing who you are.
Okay.
Like it was important for me to get my astrology chart read because of who I am. And after I started looking into you, I'm like, yeah, he needs to get his chart read. Like, so then this is what I start picking up. So your current life, I picked up, feels very compartmentalized, which I understand a lot of people's life. Anybody could say that. Everybody stretches themselves too thin, blah, 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 blah. But it's not doing very much good for your health. That's why it was stressed. Um, you're different things to different people. And then I have a question of why, because I wanted you to introspect on that.
Well, I mean, we're always different things to different people. Uh, Different people have different relationships to us, and I have quite a, diverse assortment of friends, and my family's all over the place. So it's um, so I mean different things to everybody I meet. I have my, I have my comedy friends, I have my goth friends, I have my just regular friends, I have friends all over the country, all over the world. So
Okay.
and so I support everybody in different ways.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So it could be like a bad thing personality wise, but it could be a positive thing too. And
Hmm.
in your case, it's a positive thing because you're literally a vessel to help people. Now, I'll get to that in a minute.
Hmm.
Um, but in your head, you have a massive fear of disappointment, which most people would. But because you're what you do and there is a pressure to it, um, to be on and like any kind of performer, like
Hmm.
I could never be a performer in front of live people. That kind of pressure would I no.
Well, you're probably the
No,
only one that would say that these days.
really?
Oh,
No.
everybody's performing, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it took me just till now to even get TikTok. I'm like, I don't want to look like some idiot on freaking TikTok. Anyway, but yeah, it's you kind of have like people like I'll give an example like Lady Gaga. She's kind of
Hmm.
a workaholic. It has to be perfect
Hmm.
all the time, and she's got that self doubt in her head, even though she's fucking genius.
Great.
So
And
you
and
you
that's how
have it.
she's able to, that's how she was able to get
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. So it's a fear cage created by you, just like
Hmm.
hers, right?
Hmm.
So you just have to learn to work and function within that and let go and have more fun. Just enjoy what's happening to you more, even though it's like a business and you know, you want it to be awesome, of course, but
Hmm.
have more fun. Um, and then you have a bit of an ego, so you're gonna have to let that go. And
Hmm.
there's a reason why, and we'll get down into why. Because you
Okay.
need to be like quiet more and listen more because there's a lot of people trying to talk to you.
Okay.
Um, and and the ego thing came up too, just because like last time we met, when I when I brought up your dad, you got like a little bit defensive about it. I was like, dude, I was just saying, like, literally have a talk with your dad. Like, there's wisdom there. Like, there's something there that can help you. And I was like trying to figure it out in my head still because it was coming at me, and then I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I didn't even say anything bad. So,
No,
just
it wasn't. I don't think it was ego. It was just confusion because there's
yeah.
not. I don't have, and I know there's people that have daddy issues. I don't. I don't. And
No, and it wasn't even about daddy issues. It was literally like just have a talk with your dad. Like there's
mhm,
wisdom there. He can help you.
yeah,
That's it. Yeah. It wasn't even a bad situation with your dad. It was literally
right.
like, dude, your dad. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's why. Like, just don't be so, you know, like chill it out for a second and vibe it out and
Hmm.
then figure out what you're gonna react with.
Okay.
Um, but don't, and of course, like always like state your truth and stick up for yourself. And if somebody's wrong, then they're just fucking wrong, right?
Hmm.
um so, and then I just put let yourself fall on your face in front of everyone, and if you do, just enjoy it.
Hmm.
Like, oh my god, and just laugh about it.
Right.
Like, it's not self-sabotage, like you're not throwing things away and trying to make things go bad, but like, you
Hmm.
know every rock star falls on stage once in a while,
Hmm.
right? So just enjoy like the ride of it,
Hmm.
because you have a very big mouthpiece and a very big instrument
Hmm.
and a very big energy. So
Okay.
yeah, like just enjoy it a little bit.
Okay.
And I've picked this up, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I want to be told, or if it might not even be that I'm wrong, you might just not recall it, but we'll find out. So I picked up around in 1976, I don't know, 10 years old, or I don't know, guessing age date here. I was
Hmm.
like seeing you. So I was like going off of like clothes and like things. So you saw orbs of light dancing and you're like pointing at them, but you've been visited many times since then.
Okay. I don't recall this.
Okay.
But I know I did stare into an eclipse when I was about 10ish or so.
Ooh,
Because you know how they had like these boxes where you're supposed to see it and like goes
yeah.
in a box.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it, so I just stared right at it. But that's fine. Which you're not
Okay.
supposed to do because it's supposed to burn your eyes, but didn't do
Yeah.
anything to me. That's the
Okay.
only thing I could think of. But I don't remember. Trust me, I would remember. I think I would remember.
Well, there's times when like when they first start to make contact with you, when you kind of like
Hmm.
miss time or lose time or don't recall,
Hmm.
and you can just keep this reading, and if it comes up later and you're like, yeah, like sometimes things happen like that,
Okay. All right.
But this is me. When I say I in any
Mm-hmm.
of this, it's literally me talking, and then I'll
Okay.
say, I can like summon them and they'll come down and little light
Mm-hmm.
show. These are some of the little dudes that are in there
Okay.
in these little orbs.
All right.
Um, but some of this will be unlocked through, and I got this was like a big push in on me that you need to meditate more. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you even do at
I
this
do.
point.
I
Okay.
do. I do daily. If I
Okay.
most of the time, yeah.
So I don't know if you do it in water, but
No.
you're a Scorpio, and if you did it in water, it would be much more immersive for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to go like nuclear on it, you could do like a Stranger Things like immersion bath. Like that shit's for real. With salt water and that, like, yeah. Like you're
Okay.
a little Scorpio, you just be right on at home in there. But
Okay.
you know, to block your eyes and do like sensory deprivation and but you could go far if you did that.
Okay.
Yeah. So just maybe think about that.
Think about drowning myself. Okay.
No, floating. You
Floating.
float in
Okay.
salt. There's no
Floating and salt.
drowning.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're gonna drown in a bathtub, um, I don't know, get a life jacket, I guess.
Right. Okay.
It's a big ass bathtub.
Right.
Okay. So past lives. You've been a shipbuilder in many lives.
Hmm.
Um, and the first one is Alien, was ET. I'll get to that a little bit later. But um, on Earth lives, ancient Mesopotamia, the alien part was your Octurian. You were a shipbuilder. I'll get into their story in a minute. But there was a war, they had to evacuate, and then they had to learn how to basically make their ships like a floating life system, biosystem.
Mm-hmm.
You were part of that. And then getting somewhere, you're also part of like the speaking and the negotiating of sharing other spaces with other races.
Yeah.
And then Revolutionary War, I picked up that you were a Freemason, you're a speaker, you're a very influencer, like to get the people to come and join because there were a lot of people back then. They're like, fuck
Mm-hmm.
my family, and like, to get
Right.
the people to come out to be the militia, basically,
Okay.
and raise money for the cause. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't got a name on it yet. I can still keep searching if you would like me to. And then definitely in the Viking era, shipbuilder. And then from those places you traveled, you helped do settlements there too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're very good at transporting, getting people places, and building new places for them, and negotiating with people, and keeping the peace and just meshing. You
Hmm.
know, yeah.
Okay.
So you can all of these things that I'm saying, like even this stuff, you could like contemplate it in your meditation and just see
Mm-hmm.
what you ever get. And I'm just
Okay.
curious if you ever do pick up on it. I want to know.
Okay.
I
I'll
want
let
to
you
know what
know.
happens. But I did pick up since you were a Freemason in a
Mm-hmm.
past life. It, I actually saw all some of these tools in
Mm-hmm.
my head, and I was like, those are Mason tools, but I saw them in like very old form, like in wood form, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
old Masons. Um, so I got the impression that it would benefit you to be a Freemason again. I understand the whole secret society and whatever, and people and
Mm-hmm.
whatever they
Right.
think, but it is an ascension process. And even though it's, they call it a secret society, all really they do is keep what they teach you to ascend a secret.
Okay.
So it's like your own personal journey. And there's just like different handshakes and things that they do that they keep secret. so
Right.
that, but, and then you kind of, I don't know all the details and ins and outs of Freemasonry, and I never will because I'm a chick, but
They don't have
it,
chick Freemasons.
no, no,
Oh, I don't know. I've got a friend that's a Mason, but and there's a Masonic lodge across the street from my apartment, but
no.
I've never really looked that deeply into it.
Yeah, I feel like you would just gel with it really well.
Hmm.
And I know that's weird to say because I don't know enough about it, but you know, you could check it out and see what you think
All right.
because it could help you get somewhere. Another past life, I got, I picked you up at, because of part of the Revolutionary War,
Mm-hmm.
you were also going to England,
Mm-hmm.
Ireland, those places to raise money, like different in secret. Like they
Mm-hmm.
were secret meetings. So you were part of the Hellfire Club.
Okay.
Ben Franklin was a member, a lot of founding
I've heard of
fathers
it.
were members.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, a lot of pagan rituals took place down there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to say it's like all evil and whatever. I personally don't believe that, but I'm sure some orgies and weird things went on and
Okay.
down in there, old paganism. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they met in secret, and a lot of it was done in places like this. So if you ever get a chance to go to England, go check it out because you might have some flashbacks.
Well, I hopefully soon. And what does it mean he was very smooshy?
Like, I don't, smooth, like
Okay.
just, I don't know if you know anything about Ben Franklin, but Ben Franklin was a very smooth talker, very smooth
Right.
writer. He could like talk in anybody into anything.
Right.
That, yeah.
Say that's not me, but that's where I want to be.
But it is you.
Okay. Well,
When I get down into it is you, and
okay.
so you got to be careful because you could do some carnage here too. So
Right. Well, I don't want to do that, but
so I did go into your Akashic records, even though maybe you're not there in your mind yet, and even all the
mhm.
other ET stuff, but that's okay. You got it for future reference. Um, the Octurians, you have other races too. You've descended like I
Mhm.
have, not as much as I have, but you've descended to come down to earth. So this is one of them, and this is the strongest one I picked up. And I I put that this is these are the people that had to flee. One of the groups of people that have had to flee in a war in ships, and you were one of the people that had to learn how to make bioships
Mm.
and migrate and keep your people going. So they became, um, you know, Bedouins for lack of
Mhm.
better word, but started to settle with other people, and they still just go around in their little bioships too. Um, but your voice has done a lot in all of your lives, and the
Mhm.
universe wants you to use it to inform people of the true threats to humanity and
Okay.
Earth, and like keep people positive and not on that anger nasty path. Like you could totally be creepy and goth and whatever because I'm a total. I will go hang out in the cemetery. I love old cemetery. Like yeah,
Mhm.
but you can still be like positive too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you
Oh
totally
yeah.
are. You totally are. Like
Okay.
some people just take it too far that way, and you're like,
Right.
okay, you just went dark side. Yeah, but you're
Well,
fine.
I mean
Sorry,
that
that
to me
sounded
that
weird.
no that to me no it doesn't because that to me is not the real the true evil in the world. What's the true evil in the world is people being divided
Yeah,
and pit against each other and not
yeah,
getting together and laughing and the just stuff
yeah,
that's been happening this week is indicative of it.
yeah. So a good example of what you can do for people, but like on a bigger scale, if you follow anything of like what Bill Murray does, where he just like
Hmm.
shows up randomly at like, random people's places and houses
Right.
and like makes people interact, and he just does
Hmm.
it naturally. That's
Hmm.
you. That's you.
Okay. All right.
Um, so yeah, they want you to keep raising vibrations on earth and keep speaking to the people, and definitely get rid of those divisions and that anger and the wars and the
Hmm.
be on the side of everybody calm the fuck down. So they're the master meditators,
Hmm.
excellent communicators, and to mate, they kind of, oh, that's a typo, sorry, they mold energies
Hmm.
when they mate, and they don't sleep much. That's
Okay.
just a little part of them. If you look on my website, I just published an article about different health problems associated
Hmm.
with different alien lineages.
Hmm.
Um, and a lot of people will say, well, I've got this one and that one and this one and that one. And it's like, yeah, it's because you've descended just like I have. So I have a lot of them too, but some of them
Hmm.
are a lot more prevalent than others.
Okay.
So, and this is kind of what this is the best representation I could find because I don't have a graphic designer, of what their bioships kind of look like. They kind of made it like a planet. Like if you think of the Death Star, I guess, in Star
Hmm.
Wars, but there's things growing in there and whatever. They don't eat food that's a liquid diet, but whatever sustains them,
Hmm.
it's all within there. So yeah, so little working ecosystems within themselves. I
Okay.
just like to put little extra info in people's readings. History nerd. Okay. So this is where your voice and what you can do with it, you have to like keep yourself in check
Hmm.
because you could do some harm. So you can read anyone and you can use it to manipulate very easily if you wanted to.
Hmm.
So you have to watch that trait
Yeah.
because, nobody wants that.
No,
But it's just,
if only I don't, I can't. I'm very bad at
yeah,
it.
you can.
Okay.
You can. But you don't want to because that's not you. But
Okay.
I'm like just making you aware of,
Hmm.
if you wanted to be that person, you could go there.
Okay.
So yeah. Um you can read the spirit world, but right now you're choosing not to engage.
Okay.
Um Probably, I'm not sure why, but there's probably a fear there,
Hmm.
diving into things like what is this, you can control the dead, so that's why I said watch yourself.
Hmm.
In my I start writing in a book, and I scribble a lot. I literally drew like a little person with this like circle around them. You
Hmm.
have this thing around you that's forcing all the dead that want to interact with you away.
Hmm.
And so that's how you're controlling them right now.
Okay.
But what you're supposed to be doing is helping them move on.
Okay.
So you're a transporter. So you can move energy through dimensions. So that's why you can help the dead move
Okay.
on. You can't do it right now, but you can. It is a skill that you have. You can travel through dimensions. You will be able to reach the fourth dimension. Just keep meditating.
Okay.
Um, so right now,
Underwater,
yeah,
if possible.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, you can manipulate portals. You can't make them. I can make them. So I
Hmm.
have to watch myself there.
All
But
right.
you can manipulate them. So if you're ever around, I don't know if you've ever even felt what a portal feels like, but it it's like this vortex of energy basically, and how powerful it is how powerful it is.
Hmm.
Um, so you can manipulate those because you used to transport people through them.
Hmm.
So you still can, and you'll be able to use those to go to the fourth dimension and all of those things because you're very familiar with them.
Hmm.
Um, just watch your energy and like scan yourself all the time and make sure you're always in good energy before you like go into deep anything meditation. Make sure you have guides and protection around you because things come both ways through portals.
Hmm.
So I put you're not ready for that yet, the
Okay.
portals, but they're there and you can use them once you'll know when you're there and you'll feel it and you'll just be
Hmm.
like, I'm ready to go. And then
Okay.
you'll just go. And then as you ascend, like I literally said, you're gonna pop like Neo on Matrix. That's what I saw. Like I saw you
Hmm.
like vomiting from the information download.
Hmm.
Um, that happens to a lot of star seeds because they're in the dark for so long and they need to get you caught up.
Hmm.
So you will feel very off. You'll feel like exhausted. You'll literally like you'll have all of that information thrown at you and you'll just be like and it's you'll have to recover. So
Hmm.
like if Nicole knows how to Reiki and give you some recovery, get Nicole. But when
Okay.
that happens, you'll start to feel sick and things that feel weird and it's just because it's a lot. You're gonna get a
Hmm.
lot.
Hmm.
Um and then I already talked about this since
Yeah.
you were like defensive the first time, but just like let the control go and like vibe it out first,
Hmm.
and then be like, okay, you know, because
Sure.
you're Scorpio and that's cool, and you're just like a chill guy, but like
Yeah.
I was not trying to insult you or anything or your dad.
Obviously not. No,
Yeah,
I didn't think you were. It's just something that didn't make sense,
yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm
and it
saying.
quite
You're gonna
frankly still
get a
doesn't.
lot, yeah,
Okay.
but because of like I got from your dad like the control thing and just trying to manage things and just he just knows about it and he has wisdom there that can help you just be like okay,
Hmm.
it's gonna be cool.
All
Like
right.
dad's got the wisdom, like
Hmm.
he's been there done that kind of thing,
Okay.
whatever it is. Yeah.
All right.
And I don't know, ask your dad if he's ever seen orbs of light and stuff come to your house.
All right.
You never know.
Okay.
You were pointing and somebody else was there, but I didn't see who it was.
Mm.
So I vomited a whole bunch of info on you,
Right.
kind of a short amount of time. So your brain is probably like, okay. So questions.
Well, when you say I should meditate more, what are you saying? Because I meditate normally about
Okay.
15 minutes a day or whatever.
So increase your time.
Okay.
Like literally, I would even my clients that need to start meditating that never have and it's hard to get into the practice. I tell them to get one of those stupid old timers or whatever that go ding and like keep pushing your time or your phone or whatever, but
Hmm.
keep pushing your time because the
Hmm.
longer you can sit in there, like if you can at least get up to an hour, that's like a good amount of time to just get out of you what you need to get out of you first and then receive information that you need to receive,
Hmm.
process it, and then pull yourself out of it. And you know what I mean? So the
Hmm.
longer process is the key.
Okay.
And so that's when you're going to start to get like a whole bunch of information.
And where specifically in the galaxy are these aliens that I was building ships for?
Well, there's Andromeda Galaxy, which is the one that I saw you from. There's
Okay.
also Andromeda or Constellation,
Hmm.
but there's Andromeda Galaxy, and that's where I saw you from,
Mhm.
and that's where the step down starts. Like we've kind of had to make our way down through even like lower alien races to get to Earth,
Mhm.
to be here,
Right.
to help Earth, to
Mhm.
save it, basically. And
Yeah.
even if you don't understand all of this that I said, I know at least that is within you, that you
Mhm.
know that the Earth is in trouble and the planet needs to be saved.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you?
And joining the Freemasons will help do that.
I just saw that you'll just totally click with it.
Okay.
And I can I like I said, I can't explain that because I would never be able to know what the hell goes on in there. So I just
I'm
know it's not some evil secret cult thing that everybody says. Like our entire nation's capital was built on ancient sacred geometry symbols. So I mean,
hmm
come on.
yeah.
It's, you know. So I just think, if you check it out, I think you'll click with it. But maybe your friend can be like, tell you something about it.
Well, yeah, I've asked him a few things and haven't really gotten any answers, but it's a sacred society. I just don't. I'm not one that and that
Well,
really
and
is it does well with structure and groups, but
yeah, but I think you do have to have somebody else bring you in,
right.
maybe.
That's the other thing too.
Yeah. So, you got a friend. But yeah, if I don't know, big group activities and see, I don't know. I don't fucking know what goes on there. I don't know how
Right.
many times they meet. I don't know what,
hmm
I don't know. So, yeah,
And with all this ship and water imagery, would it surprise you to know that I don't know how to swim?
that is insane. Wow. You should be like totally like scuba diving in the ocean
Okay.
and like
All right.
shelling with the freaking animals.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do water. I don't
Well,
like
I
water.
like water, and I'll
Yeah,
stay
I
in the
can't even.
shallow
Yeah,
end, and I can float, but I just never really learned how to swim.
yeah. I don't even like. Like I would never even take a bath. Like I hate water. I
Really?
hate being in water. Yeah,
Hmm.
I've been snorkeling, but it was clear water in Hawaii, so that was
Right.
okay. Like I
Okay.
like the ocean and the creatures, but yeah, I could never
And
scuba dive
why salt water? Why meditate in salt water and not fresh water?
because it's protective, it's salt, and two, because you just float.
Okay.
And salt opens up the receptors too. But you'll have some pruned skin afterwards.
Okay.
But yeah,
So ultimately, how do I change my life, and what will my life change into?
well, you're gonna get these downloads, and you're gonna feel weird for a while.
hmm
But what you use your voice for is gonna change.
Okay.
Not a lot, but it's gonna get bigger.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So that's why you gotta adjust, like, and just have fun and let it flow and start to learn that now because it's gonna get bigger.
Okay.
So like, don't get stressed out. And all of
Uh,
all of these downloads you get, and even if you start to remember, have flashbacks of things, like just
hmm
remember it already happened. It's in the past, even if it's scary.
hmm
Um, because all these spirits you're keeping away from you, I didn't delve into why you are. I just know that you are.
hmm
So why do you think that you are?
I don't know. Is it just fear, I guess, or
Did you see him when you were a kid?
not that I'm aware of? No.
But you're totally connected and drawn to the paranormal.
Yeah, I find it
Exactly.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I find it
exactly.
interesting.
Because they're all around you. They have
Right.
a life. So even people that are just paranormal investigators, they've all had some kind of encounter. That's what got
Hmm.
them into it in the first place. So
Right.
just think of it that way.
Right.
Like you might
But
not recognize them all around you right now, but yeah,
okay.
they're there and they just want your help.
Okay.
And and as a
I don't
teacher,
know exactly how to help them. That's the other thing.
yeah, you'll figure out like you get certain spirits. Like I've gotten certain spirits because I'm just able to help them for whatever reason.
Hmm.
Um, I don't talk about my clients, but um, he has, when I look at him and the spirits around him, it's like a never ending sea of military carnage scenes of it, and it
Hmm.
never ends. And I've never seen a medium have that many spirits attached
Hmm.
to him. But there's a reason why, and I know there's why for him. But like you literally, you'll have to learn how to like once you let them in, you have to learn to put the bubble up to be like,
Hmm.
this is my time, and like you can make an appointment kind of thing.
Okay.
Um,
Have
but
boundaries with the spirits.
yeah, like, and you can just open up a time and be like, okay, I'm open. Who wants to talk? And see who's there,
Hmm.
and just start talking and just start listening, and you'll get to know them and you'll feel them and
Hmm.
you'll just know what they need because they're sent to you for a reason.
Okay.
It's different than like rolling up in somebody's haunted house and it doesn't have anything to do with you. Like these are specific to you.
Hmm.
Yeah. And some of them are your guides and stuff that you're blocking out too. So it's not
Well,
just
that's the
like,
thing. I'm
yeah,
trying to find my spirit guide, and I don't see him.
yeah,
I
because
don't feel
you're
him.
blocking.
Okay.
Because if you
How do I unblock?
so you gotta, it's in your mind. You gotta find out why you're blocking and why you have that fear. Because you're gonna have to take down the shields, and once you do, well, then you're gonna get everything. So then you gotta learn to pick through what are the things, and then learn how to block the things, and learn how to
Hmm.
recover from the things, and like it's just like people. You get assholes every day, and
Hmm.
then you get awesome people every day, and
Hmm.
it's the same thing. You just have to learn how to deal with it a different way.
Sure.
But you have a lot, like as soon as they started reading you, it was like, woo, like he's been a lot of places.
Oh,
And
okay, great.
like would would people pay me to do this, their readings are a lot more in depth, and then they normally have like multiple sessions, so they get like
Sure.
more information. But this is just kind of a basic like, here's like the main chunks.
Hmm.
So yeah.
That's a lot. It's very detailed, and you put a lot of work into it. I can see it.
Well, it would, I want people to be able to reference things that they might not be able to connect with right now,
Okay.
because I'm not your normal psychic. I go into the future. I go into like,
Hmm.
and people just might not be recognizing that yet, and that's okay.
Hmm.
But like as far as like your current life and your voice and all of those things, did you
Hmm.
connect with those things?
A bit. I'm still trying to, I'm still trying to absorb everything.
Okay.
Um, you know,
I
and
just want you to like, if you literally would be like, you're full of shit, lady, then bring it on.
no, 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 no. I mean, this is all. I mean, this
Yeah.
is you're not full of shit, but it's it's like you say, I'm a performer, so I do have a fear of disappointment. The thing is, I do fall on my face a lot in front of all sorts of people, and I've never really been afraid of that, and I probably should be.
Yeah, but in your mind, you're like, oh shit, the show went, yeah,
Well, when I do fall on my face, I obsess about it, and
yeah, yeah,
I'm a comedian. I do.
yeah,
If there's 200 people and I see two people that are not laughing, the rest of the time I'll be like, well, why weren't they laughing?
right. So
When
that's
they,
why I'm saying like some of these things here, yes, are very general that anybody and their dog could come up with, but they're
Mhm,
very specific to you and what
right.
you go through. So
And my ego, I mean that's obvious.
yeah, but it's you got to
But
just keep it in check.
like a
That's
lot
all.
of performers I have, it's a mix of ego and um just it's a combination that exists simultaneously of ego and self-hatred. Not
Yeah,
self-hatred basically, but just
yeah,
insecurity and ego is better. That's a better way to describe it.
yeah,
I think I'm great, but why am I not great
yeah. You gotta. That's the thing
at
you
the
gotta
same
get
time?
rid of in your head.
And how do I do
That
that?
that happens in meditation too.
Okay.
You self-reflective meditation. It literally, like, I had to figure out why like my business wasn't growing for like the longest time, and I have an aversion to money. I have an aversion to greed. I have an
hmm
aversion to like that lifestyle. Like I just, ugh. And it's because of my alien lineage and where I'm from and different things. But like I literally had to make peace with money in my mind.
hmm hmm
So like everybody has their different things, and like I literally had to die twice for me to let go of
hmm
control.
hmm
So like everybody has their process and things that they got to shed and get rid of to get better and then start hearing the better messages.
Okay.
So I can't tell you how to get rid of it because it's up to you to get rid of
hmm
it because it's
hmm
yours because you created it.
Okay.
So if you had like some attachment or some crap like that, I could take care of that. But this is something you created. So yeah,
Okay. All right.
but yeah. Sorry if some of that seems like just general obvious
No, no,
things,
I'm not.
but
I'm not. I'm not discounting it. But it seems accurate.
like it's gonna get bigger, so you gotta let those small things go.
Well, that's. I'll. 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 I'll meditate on it.
Yeah. By the way, I'm super excited for you
Oh, really? Great.
because like you're just gonna just keep and I'm just super excited for you because
Great.
you have an amazing energy and you're so much fun and
hmm
it's
I
just
appreciate
perfect.
that.
So just keep doing what you do because you're like you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
You just got to get rid of those blockers and
hmm
increase your meditation time and
hmm
like when you get that information download and you're like what the fucking fuck, you can email me. That's
Okay.
fine. I don't care.
All right. I will.
It's gonna happen. I don't. Even
Okay.
if it happens, that's my bird talking in the background.
Okay.
Even if it happens a year from now, I don't care. Like
Okay.
it's fine because
I'll keep.
there's
I'll keep you
things that
posted.
different people understand and have gone through versus other psychics versus whatever.
hmm
So yeah, any questions ever, just be like, what's up with this? Yeah,
I appreciate that.
yeah. Any other questions?
I think that's it right now. It's a lot to absorb.
Okay, I'm gonna like upload this to YouTube, so
Okay.
you can just use it for your, you know, whatever's that you make as
Okay.
your reading. But I'm gonna send you this PDF so that you have it and you can keep it. And I
Okay.
have it saved, so I always have it too.
Okay.
And if you ever want to like expand on this, like you know how to find me.
Okay.
So that is it.
Well, thank you, Raven.
Welcome to the reading. That was awesome. Thank you for letting me do it. I
Of
was like
course.
so stoked when I started reading you. I'm like, whoa,
Oh, okay. All
he's
right.
big. Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that was exciting. So thank you.
Great. Okay.
All
So
right.
I if
Bye for now.
bye for now, and I'll let you know what happens. I'll let you on those all the masonry secrets when I find them out.
I'm curious to know that
Hmm.
not the secrets, but I'm curious to know if you like gel with it. Like I'm always curious to know if what I see and what I like comes to fruition or,
Right.
whatever. Or if I was
Right.
wrong or you're just like, I
Right.
always want to know because that helps me improve. So, yeah.
Hmm.
So just let me know either way.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Well, I'll join the Illuminati, and I'll keep you posted.
Take over the world. Come on. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.